Good afternoon, ladies. I welcome you to today's digital talk as I'm recognizing it's our first female digital talk. And it is headed as follows: sustainability and efficiency in heavy industry. Let me first introduce you to experts in today's interview. On the one hand, Sevda, so-called Sky, Kayan Yilmaz. And Sky was born in Konya in Turkey. She was graduated from METU Department of Management, and she began her career in her family company at the age of 12, as far as I know. So in my opinion, it's a real family-driven company. Welcome.
It is.
Yeah, welcome, Sky. Yeah, you also, I need my glasses, sorry. You also worked in various departments and acted as a board member in many other family companies. Currently, you are CEO and Chief of the Board of Kayahan and Consantaş. You are also member of TOBB, Turkish Machine and Equipment Manufacturing Council. You are board member of Konya Chamber of Industry, and finally deputy chairperson of MAIB Turkish Machinery. So welcome, Sky.
Hello. Nice to see you.
Thank you. We are glad to have you here in the call. On the other hand, bonjour. Bonjour à Véronique Vitry. I welcome you as an associate professor. You are graduated in materials engineering from the University of Mons in Belgium, and you got your PhD in 2010. So you're very young, from the same institution. Veronique, you was hired as a teaching assistant directly after graduation, and now you are, as I said, associate professor at the Metallurgy Lab of Engineering Faculty of UMons, so University of Mons in Belgium. Your research interests have always been related to surface treatment. First, PVD coatings, then electroless nickel boron, and now PEO and electroplating. So Veronique, you are also involved in research on physical metallurgy, process metallurgy, recycling, cemented carbides, and corrosion. You are also the author of a patent for a lead-free nickel-boron plating bath, and recently edited a reference book on electroless nickel plating. Wow, that's really impressive. Bienvenue, bonjour.
Merci.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so we have really two experts today, and I will not hesitate to ask you many insights. Let me start with a general view, Sky, on your business. So you are at the moment the managing director of your established family business in Turkey. Could you please tell us something about your the key data of your companies, also regarding the staff, the industry which you are supplying, and so on?
Thank you. Thank you, Andrea. We are manufacturing hydraulic cylinders for heavy-duty industry, which is up to 3 meters diameter or 23 meters length. It's very niche side of hydraulic cylinder business. We are exporting 80% of our products to Europe mainly. We are exporting many countries, approximately 50 countries, but mainly to Europe. We are approximately 225 people working here. 18 of them are engineers, and my company is established in 1950 by my father. But now he's working as consultant, and sometimes he asks me, when should I leave the company? I said, when you pass away, because I will consult you anytime and you will take money for this. It's a good chance for you. It's a good opportunity. So it's really a family business. I'm the second generation. In the third generation, I have 3 nieces and 1 daughter, which is in the business, and 1 son. My niece's husband are also in the company. Even though we say that a family business, it's not family with blood, but we have many workers who are families and working for many years. Their grandfather, son, now the 3rd generation is also working here. So this is what we do in Turkey.
So yeah, thank you for telling us and giving us so many insights. It seems you have a strong partnership, not towards your only family members, also towards your company members, your workers. Yeah?
Yes,
so
you're right. You're right.
There's a
strong really partnership. Important.
Yeah. Yeah,
it's really important on my mind.
And what experience have you, Sky, already gained with the Germans, especially the German-skilled companies? You told us your exports goes towards Europe. What about Germany in special?
Austria and Germany are our 2 main export markets, and I always say that if somebody exports to Germany, they can export to everywhere, because it's a kind of benchmarking for us. If you follow the German companies, German competitors, German customers, you follow the world, you follow where they go. For example, I will tell a small example. Approximately 2 years ago, just before the pandemic, one of our customers has checked us for sustainability. It's very early reaction, and if we are delivering to Turkey only, we are not aware about sustainability such early, and we started to work since 2020. Our base year is 2019, for example, for our scoring data. We are working for 2.5 years. This is an advantage for us. Also for technical issues, for university information, we are very happy to work with European companies. They know what they want. They are fair. I'm very happy to work with them. Since 30 years we are exporting to Germany, so I'm very accustomed to work with Europe. So it's a little bit hard for me to work with rest of the world.
Okay, but let me discuss more about the topic of the sustainability. That was a good topic. You have implemented many transformation in the company in the last years, especially towards sustainability. Can you give us more details about that, please?
Of course, our mission is to increase global competitiveness with prioritizing the future. Future is very important, and in our day life, while working with daily issues, concentrating on daily issues, we sometimes underestimate the risks of future. So you're right, we adopt many things. One of them is key performance indicators. we applied key performance indicators of sustainable development goals. We analyze them. Thanks to Turkish Machinery, because they have a strategic report about Turkish Machinery, what we should do. I mean, what Turkish machine manufacturers should do for sustainability. They had a report. We use it really very good. As you know, United Nations has 17 sustainability development goals. One of them is qualified education. What we have done, before we have just following our education figures only on education base. But now we are following each of our workers to improve their skills one by one. So personally, we follow. Now we have a matrix. Before we have a list of our educations we realize in the company, but now we have a matrix. Affordable and clean energy was the second goal. We constructed rooftop solar energy 2.1 megawatts, which is also very important. Decent work and economic growth. That's why I work for Turkish Machinery. For economic growth, the things I do alone or the things we do alone as company is not enough. We should do it all together, and there is a big leverage if we work together. Climate action, responsible production. For example, responsible production and consumption. Now we are changing all our electrical motors. All our lighting has already changed. We have in the company completely we have LED lightning and partnership for the goals like we do with Veronique and you. Today we have some sustainable development goals we applied. This 7 item was represented in Turkish Machinery strategic reports, but I add one more for our company. Normally in Turkish Machinery strategy, the following item is not stated as the main goal, but I added it as a main goal, which is gender equality. I try to give more chances to men here.
So yeah, the advantage to be a, let's say, green company or becoming a green company means on the other hand also that you become more efficient. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. This is not only we are working not only on sustainability, but I should state one thing before. Now our board member is 100% woman. In such a heavy industry, and all of them are not just women. They are also very good engineers, very good quality managers, very good finance managers. So our board members, 5 of them is from family, 2 of them is out of family, consists of 100% for women. That's why I try to give more chance to men. Now, your question.
Yeah,
you asked.
I asked about more efficiency.
Yeah.
In combination with becoming a more green company.
You are absolutely right. This will be an advantage for us in 2030 to be more active here, and we have now applying how can I say, a group work in Turkish Machinery. This is a pilot working. The name is Twin Transition, and the main is exactly what you said. The main aim is efficiency, and it is for there are 2 legs. in one side, we are working on sustainability. Every company will have their own sustainability roadmap and what they know until 2030. And in the other side, digitalization. This both transition will affect on efficiency side, mainly on efficiency side.
Perfect. That's a perfect time to introduce again Veronique. So what is your view on this this part of the company becoming more efficient and becoming more sustainable, more green?
Yeah. When you try to reduce the consumption of resources, etc., there's two ways to go. Either you decrease the things you do, and so you use less things, or you make the things you do with less energy, less raw material, or you make them stay in use for longer.
Yeah.
And if you reduce the use of raw materials, the use of energy, or if you increase the life cycle of your components, either way, you have to become more efficient to do that. So yes, sustainability is intrinsically linked with efficiency, and you can also try sometimes to replace some things with other things that use less resources, but often you will do that only if it brings you better results. So it is always linked to efficiency. We need to do more with less.
So that means we have to have a view, an eye on our production, on the way we digitalize, how we can use more automation, maybe how we can use other materials. What is your opinion, Veronique, regarding your research towards the company of Sky?
Yeah, I think my research is exactly in the same kind of situation. You said you were in a situation where you tried to give more place to men. Actually, I'm in a metallurgy lab where there's 2 female professors and no male professors. The rest of the team is 100% male at the moment. No, we've got one girl as a PhD student, but she's a co-tutor and she's with the other advisor at the moment, so I forgot about her for a second. But otherwise, all the team is male with one female PhD student, but the bosses are ladies, so we are probably in a similar situation. And it's a little bit the same for research. We try to create coatings that allow components to be used for longer time. So if the components can be used for longer time, it means the people that use the components will need to use less of them. So it will, in the long term, make the industry more sustainable.
So, in concern of Kaya Han, the hydraulic field, NIB coating is used, and it could be used in various ways. Yeah. So, such as on piston rods of hydraulic cylinders or on value components. In the end, the use of NIB plating in hydraulics can contribute to higher reliability, as you told us, Veronique, longer life and better performance of hydraulic systems. So that would be the first impact for the companies who work together with Kaya Han. Is it right?
Yes, exactly. And also in a lot of hydraulic applications, I don't know exactly if it's the case for some of your clients, but hard chrome plating has been used in that kind of applications, and hard chrome plating is very bad for the environment when there are leaks, but it's mostly very bad for the workers that apply it, because hexachrome is extremely toxic. So the ability to replace that bath that is actually damageable for the health of the workers, with something that has lesser impact on their health, is always something that could be welcome.
And you have some solutions for this?
Yes, nickel boron, electrolysis nickel boron, can answer most of the applications for hard chrome plating, because it's a hard coating. It's wear resistant. So for every application where you've got rare friction and things like that, it's really interesting. And also our newer formulations have actually really good corrosion resistance. So it's actually rather interesting when you've got a combined action of mechanical and electrochemical or chemical stress or constraints. So that's a real good answer to that kind of problems. It doesn't answer all the issues that can, all the applications that hard chrome has been used for, because it's been used for absolutely everything and anything.
But it's one first impact you get.
It's one first impact, yes.
So, and you're just using it, Sky, aren't you?
Yes. How we find Veronique, to tell you the truth, while we are working on NIB, nickel boron plating, we are working with an associated professor, Mr. Mustafa Kocabaş, who has the company Bemetek. We are working with them for this subject, and our main aim is, yes, even though it's not forbidden to use chromic plating, we don't want to use it, but we don't have a good alternative. So what we should do, we are looking for better solutions. Yes, there is some better solutions, for example, HIVOF, but it's expensive. So you cannot compete with your competitors, and customer can accept HIVOF, but sometimes they are very price sensitive, so we cannot use it. The main aim of I like this meeting is we should tell to more people, because as far as I know, Veronique knows much more than me. Nickel boron coating is commonly used in the United States, even though they are not very well known in Europe. It's commonly used. I try to understand the reason. The chrome plating is shining. It's very brilliant. It seems very nice. But unfortunately, nickel boron is not like that. On the other hand, hardness is okay. Wearing is okay.
Life cycle as well.
Yes, life cycle as well. Process period is almost same. Maybe we can say a little bit lead problem, but it's already solved. Even though it's in ppm level, it's already solved. One more thing, no electrical consumption. For chrome plating, you have consume electricity, which is not good in fact. But for this subject, for nickel boron plating, there is no electrical consumption. And for chrome plating, if you have a tube, if you have a rod, it's very easy for chrome plating. But when you have some grid geometry parts now and then, you cannot do it very well. But with nickel boron plating, you can use very well. I try to tell more about nickel boron plating to increase my customers' request. I wish my customers to come and tell me, let's do it with nickel boron plating, not with chrome plating, because I'm doing what they want. Somebody must tell them. So we have a mutual aim together with Veronique.
Yes, exactly. And the process is really cool, because you can really plate any shape. So, for example, recently with young girls, I had them in the lab, and we made medals, that we cast in the lab, and we could plate them with the nickel boron, and it works, and it was not rare or anything. One of my PhD students, he recently plated for a test for a company a cable, you know, those that have several wires together, and actually each individual wire got plated. You cannot do that with any electroplating process, and the fact that we can do that with electroless boron, nickel boron, is really, really cool. And you said it's not shiny. Actually, we can make it shiny. We don't do that usually, because what we focus on most times is the hardness, the resistance, corrosion resistance, sometimes the roughness. But actually, we were able, by fine-tuning the plating operations, to make a sample you could see yourself in. But
is it as shiny as chrome plating?
Maybe not as shiny, because chrome plating is really extra shiny, and you know,
yes. It's like a mirror.
It's like a mirror, but you could really see yourself in the sample. So it's close. We were able to do that. We did that once or twice, but it was just for fun. But it's possible.
Yeah, but that should be an argument against this new way for plating. So you think you could convince European companies? Yeah,
hopefully, because just like Veronique said, we have plated a rotary joint which has a lot of channels, holes on it. It's very hard to do it with chrome plating. No way with the grift parts, they will go to nickel boron. But on the other side, if they will accept chrome plating, maybe we try, we work on it.
So I cross my fingers for that. So you have many use cases, Sky. You can tell and show companies who maybe are interested now, and Veronique, if there are if they want more deep dives into this topic, is it able to contact you as well?
Of course. We're always happy to speak about electroless nickel boron. It's a topic that's been in our lab since actually 30 years.
Wow.
So yes, there has been we are finishing the 4th PhD on the topic. So we've done a lot of developments. Actually, when my boss started, it was completely unmarketable because she used thallium in them, which nobody wants to touch.
No.
Then we switched to lead, which is, and now we use actually environmental friendly stabilizers. So we don't have anything more toxic than the nickel. So
that's a revolution in my eyes. Yeah.
Actually,
so becoming more lean, more green, and more sustainable, and more efficient.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Perfect.
You're right. I would like to state something more on sustainability. I don't know what will come in the future, but this is we have borrowed our future from our kids.
Yeah.
So we should live a very good, a better life. We have following ourselves from science-based target website, and we promised some better issues, some developments in our company until 2030. But proudly I can say that we started it on 2020, beginning of 2020. We set our goals which we would like to realize until 2020. But I proudly say that on 1st of July we will catch our 2030 goals. So I'm very happy about, I'm prouding with my colleagues. Hopefully we will work with Veronique more to use nickel boron plating.
Yes, of course. So we do a lot of tests and developments for companies when they ask. So I'm from a metallurgy lab. When you're in metallurgy, if you don't work with the industry, then you're doing, I don't know,
yeah, you need the
work.
You need the interaction.
We need the interaction.
And that would be one of my last questions to you, Veronique. What do you think concerning the future will be in, let's say, 2030 about nickel boron plating? Where are we standing on that time?
Actually, it's really difficult to say because the decisions, the political decisions and the regulations on sustainability, etc., it's very difficult to predict them. So at the moment, Hexchrome is still authorized in several applications, and there are people that are fighting to keep on using it because they actually didn't manage to find alternatives, and a lot of them didn't look at nickel. Mm-hmm. On the other way, I've heard people saying that nickel was also not good. So, and I wish I had a crystal ball and I was able to say, yes, in 20, 30 years, it will still be used. What I know is that whatever happens, we will adapt. If there is something in the plating formulation that becomes an issue at some point, we are very creative and we will find something to substitute it. We've been working in my lab with completely different electrochemical processes based on deep eutectic solvents, for example. Maybe there could be an avenue for that kind of stuff. Maybe they cannot. It's very difficult to say, but we will adapt. And research has got a timeline that is actually adapted to the kind of timeline the political decisions have. So we follow that very attentively. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And whenever there is a need to change something, we do it. And in the meantime, we try to improve what we have, to improve the efficiency. So, for example, my PhD student worked on the replenishment of our new formulations, because we developed the formulations. We know how they work when they're new. We don't know how they behave when they get old, so we're working on that kind of stuff, and we try to improve them. We use additives, we use multi-layers, alloying, composites, to see what can bring the best of the coating with the less entrance.
And in the end, one key step will be to communicate, like today. So
yes, exactly.
To be open-minded in the conversation towards a new audience, more companies, and to come together to collaborate.
Yeah.
So that would be one of my last questions towards Sky. What will be looking towards 2030? What? How is your business running then?
How is Germany running? Because we are directly related to Germany, and if the job is good in Germany, we are good. I believe that it's going better and better, and I trust German businessmen and German economics, economic people who are related with economy. They will adapt, as Veronique said. They will adapt to new things very quickly. And when you say digitalization, there are different names in all over the world, but for me it's Industry 4.0. So this is in Germany. I believe it will be good, but on the other hand, I should state this, in the next 10 years, many things will change. I sometimes feel that the cards are shuffling. They are shuffling the cards. The cards are shuffling, and people many things will change. But at the end, for me and according to statistics, Germany is #1 in the industry. After shuffling, it will be again number one. It will be ace again.
In which main industries are you working for, Sky?
We are working mainly to iron and steel industry, to hydraulic pressed, press brake industry, hydroforming press industry, also dam gates. We are working for dam gate construction for the long cylinders up to 23 meters. Dam gates, which are the nearest one is in my city in Konya. Far away one is in Ecuador. So we are delivering also crane cylinders for mobile crane. We are not competitive for small cylinders. For huge dimension, as I told you, up to 3 meters and 23 meters length, we are more competitor.
Thank you very much.
Okay. It's my pleasure.
Okay, so coming to an end and closing our really thrilling discussion. I would like to thank you both, Veronique and Sky, and we know that many companies have an obligation to produce sustainability, not just in the future, but now. That is to summarize after our discussion today. In the hydraulics industry, the challenges of producing sustainable are really great. There are advanced technologies out there, as Veronique told us. Not everyone has the expertise to implement them. QIAGEN is able to offer its customers this, let's say, state-of-the-art technology such as NIB coating. Additionally, QIAGEN has established itself as a sustainable company in the industry. Further, the company is being led into the future by a dedicated female leadership team. So, to sum it up, it could be a strong partner for German companies, and you will stay in progress also with research partners like Veronique. And I would like to thank you for all these insights. I wish you lots of good new contacts and successful business. Thank you very much and have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.